Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to this very special occasion, the presentation of this year's Venture Impact Awards by the Hellenic Initiative. Thank you so much for tuning in to support this important institution, which provides help to Greek startups and nonprofits. I'm Mariana Skilakaki, CEO of Athenea, and together with Yannis Moutsos, journalist and TV host at Mega TV, we will be co-presenting tonight's event. It's a pleasure and an honor to have been invited to co-host for a second year in a row.
So let me welcome you all to this celebration of entrepreneurship and recognition of all the hard work and the great ideas you have actually brought together all these young Greek people that brought into fruition. So just a few words on the Venture Impact Award, which is the Hellenic Initiative's most recent program, providing support to Greece's most talented teams, helping them create ventures and projects that are both scalable and sustainable. So the Venture Impact was founded with the initial support of the Hellenic Foundation and the Charles Condes Trust in 2019. This is actually the second year that this is taking place, and we are really pleased to see that the grants given away to all of the attendees actually getting higher all the time. We're having more and more money being given away to those very special ideas that you have actually put together and you have brought into realization. So last year it was $250,000. This year, the prizes go up to 285 United States dollars. So this is a big chance to actually say a big thank you and obviously a sign of recognition to what you've been doing. So let's now give the floor to Mr. Michael Prinzers, the THI Director of Programming. And on this occasion, allow me to personally thank both the THI, Michael Prinzers, and Peter Poulos for this invitation to participate in this great event. Mike, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Mariana, and thank you, Yannis. Once again, it's a real pleasure working with both of you, and thank you for being with us, with THI and with the Venture Impact Awards team for yet another year. May I just say that I hope next year to be able to organize an in-person event. Now, let me just start by saying that this is a very special moment for all of us at THI, and I think for everyone watching, as we all gathered here in this online community to celebrate the success of our much anticipated project. What started, as Yannis said, a year ago has now taken a life of its own. Last year's 14 winners will be met with 18 new, and an extra $285,000 of direct funding will be awarded to this year's teams as a sign of recognition of the hard work and impact on the ground. With the Venture Impact Awards, we recognize that doing good is not something for the for-profits or the non-profits. It's something for all. But before we move to the main part of the program, let me just say a big thank you to everyone who has applied. We have received a record number of applications, and that is a true testament of how VIA is getting a stronger voice out there in the ecosystem. But also a big thank you to our family, the Hellenic Initiative Board, and on behalf of my teammates at THI, to Peter Poulos, our Executive Director, who all have been extremely supportive of this idea since day one. I would also like to say a very big thank you to our Level 1 sponsors, Dimitris and Sarah Georgakopoulos from the Hellenic Foundation, and Harriet Condes Zervakis and Pete Zervakis from the Charles C. Condes Trust, and of course, this year's newest addition to the Level 2 sponsor, Mr. George Antonopoulos. Without your help, none of this would have been made possible. Last but not least, a big thank you to our group of judges who had an extremely difficult task to accomplish, trying to select the best teams out of the 176 applications received. Thank you all, and I do hope you enjoy the rest of the program.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you for all these kind words. It's now actually time to meet the great donors that made the Venture Impact Award possible. So please, let's all give a big round of applause, a virtual, if I may say, to Mr. Dimitri Georgakopoulos, the founder of the Hellenic Foundation, as well as Mrs. Harriet Condes Zervakis on behalf of Charles C. Condes Estate Trust. Mr. Georgakopoulos, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Yanni. Thank you, Mariana, and thank you, Michael, Peter, and the team. It's been a great pleasure working with you in the last 2 years and promoting this wonderful cause. It gives me incredible pleasure to see how far we've taken this and the success and the interest that the community is having for this idea. It just started as an idea 2 years ago when I talked with Peter about promoting purposeful organizations in Greece, and we didn't really know how that awareness and how many applications we're going to get. And it's amazing to see the hard work and the number of teams that have applied and have won in the last year, and the work they've done this year. I want to wish everyone good luck and best for the next year. Thank you.
Mr. Yirakopoulos, thank you very much, as I said before. And on behalf of these young entrepreneurs who receive a grant as a sign of recognition for their truly hard work that they are putting together. Now, the floor to Mrs. Harriet Zervakis from the Charles C. Candice Trust. Mrs. Zervakis, welcome and thank you very much.
Good evening. On behalf of the Charles C. Candice Trust, first of all, I want to say thank you to Peter Poulos and the entire staff of the Venture Impact Awards for making the Venture Impact Awards a reality. Charles Candice was my uncle was born and raised in Chicago. He was a successful mechanical engineer and investor. Through his bilingual education and the Hellenic values given to him by his parents, he had a strong connection to Greece. He had been watching developments in Greece and he was worried about the brain drain. What are we celebrating this year? The 200th anniversary of Greek independence that he would have been celebrating with us. But who are we celebrating tonight? The winners of the Venture Impact Awards, who are going to be taking us into the next 200 years. What would I like to say to them tonight? Thank you for giving us confidence in the future of Greece and Hellenism, and congratulations.
Mrs. Zervakis, thank you very much. Mariana?
Thank you, Harriet, for this wonderful message. Now I know you are all anxious to get to the awards part of the event. But before we present the winners of this year's Venture Impact Awards, we thought we'd give you a brief overview of how the evening will roll. Jeremy Downward will be delivering a message from the judges of this program next. We will then proceed with the announcement of our first sets of winners of $10,000 and $50,000 respectively. Next, we will be conducting a short live interview with a very special guest, one of last year's big winners, founder of Wise Greece, Melina Tafranzi. We will then proceed with the final set of winners who will be receiving support to the tune of $25,000 each. And last but not least, THI Executive Director Peter Poulos will be delivering the closing remarks of the evening. Without further ado, let me introduce Jeremy Downward, member of the board of the Hellenic Initiative and one of our judges, to deliver his message regarding this year's awards process.
Mariana, before we do that, may we actually take a look at a video from Mrs. Zervakis, and then we can certainly give the floor to Mr. Downward to listen to what he has to say, which is very, very interesting. So please bear with us and take a look at this video.
Hi, my name is Pete Zervakis. I'm the great nephew of Mr. Charles Candice. Some of the things that I admired most about my great uncle, his thirst for learning and for innovation, are really seen in the Greek American community here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, where a lot of people came here as tannery workers or brewery workers, and 1 or 2 generations later, their family members were lawyers or business executives. We see that same kind of innovation in this year's Venture Impact Awards winners. I want to congratulate them all, and I want to encourage them all to continue to innovate and improve.
So we actually heard what the young generation has to say about this offer that Mr. Zervakis had to give to us today. So we thank him very much. And now it's time, Mariana, to give the floor to Mr. Downward, correct?
Yes, for a very important message from the judges of this year's awards. Jeremy Downward, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much. Much appreciated. I know you're eager to get on to the main part of this evening, which is to hear who has won, but just give me a few seconds because I wanted to put this in some context First of all, it's been an honor to sit on the panel of judges for this, the second year. It also allows me to have some perspective on how this wonderful endeavor has grown since the inception. And as Michael mentioned, we had a grand total of 176 applications this year, which is up on less than 100 last year. So we've seen a large numerical jump in the applications that were made, which led to, I thought, a very necessary step being taken, which was to divide the judging committee into two committees, in effect. One that would be focusing on those ideas, those enterprises which were not for profit, essentially, and a second committee that would focus on the for-profit element of the applications. So two different sets of judges, essentially in recognition of the fact that there were two broadly separate types of ideas that we were looking at across those 176 applications. But there was commonality between the two. And I think there were three individual characteristics which we collectively looked for. One was scalability, a second was the impact, and the third was the quality of the team. And I think I can speak on behalf of all the judges when I say that as we drilled down into these 176 applications, we were amazed by the quality, by the vision, by the creativity, and by the focus of this very broad number of applications. There weren't any applications, I can say honestly, that were without worth, were sort of instantly discarded. And of course, that meant that the process of getting to a short list was all the more complicated as a result. But we did shortlist, and we do have a final count of extremely well-deserving applications. And I'm more than happy to hand back to Michael or Peter to get on to the main moment of this evening, which will be announcing those winners. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Jeremy. And it's important to have the context of the selection process before we move on to the awards part of the evening. So now that we've gotten the lay of the land and have a better understanding of what went on to select these award recipients, we're ready to announce our first set of winners who will be receiving support to the tune of $10,000 each. Upon being announced, each winner will have the opportunity to share a few words with our audience. Now, in the interest of time, we have asked them to be brief. However, we do encourage you to find out more about the fascinating stories and people behind these Greek successes through their websites and social media. On that note, let me start with the first award recipient in this group, Nosilia, whose admirable vision is to meet the needs of primary healthcare, home care, and palliative care of all patients, and at the same time provide support to their family members. Nosilia aims at providing relief from human pain, focusing upon supporting patients with chronic disease and mobility impairments. Nosilia, Yannis Konstantinidis, congratulations.
Thank you. I would like to express our gratitude to the Hellenic Initiative, the Hellenic Foundation, and the Charles Condes Estate for choosing our team, Nosilia, for the Venture Impact Awards. Nosilia provides, as you told before, palliative care at home for patients with chronic diseases, patients with mobility difficulties, but also belonging to vulnerable groups. Thank you again for choosing us.
Actually, it's the right moment, and we actually have to pass you this, Mr. Konstantinidis, because we're currently undergoing a very crucial time of the year with the pandemic taking over. So what you are offering today with home nosilia or home medical attention is very important for those people who cannot really move. So your part of the work is really important. So congratulations on that. Now,
thank you.
We shall move on to the next winner. And this is the organization Earth. So time is of essence in the salvation of our planet. We've seen this year that the climate summit in Scotland has made the salvation of our planet more important than anything else. So organization Earth is coming to actually put a little, let's say, just to give a little tip on how we can save our world and make our lives better. So in this way, this is a non-profit civil society organization which focuses on urban settings, offering nature-based solutions as climate change resilience mechanisms. Now, Alex Galinos, on behalf of Organization Earth, is with us. Congratulations.
Thank you very much, and thank you very much to the Venture Impact Award organizers. Indeed, this award will help us boost our impact. For us, the big challenge is to help people adjust to the challenges that we are currently facing in the context of the climate crisis, challenges that will be with us in the future. And by bringing green and bringing people closer to nature, we're helping people rethink their lives and change habits, which is, a big bet, if you will, for society today.
Thank you, Mr. Galinos. Congratulations once again. Mariana.
Thank you, Mr. Galinos. It is the most important initiative one can undertake at this juncture. Now, moving on to our next winner. It is a company whose name has a particularly powerful ring for Greeks and philhellenes around the globe. Odysseus' vision is to democratize access to innovation and knowledge, to enable self-reliance, and to accelerate efforts towards a more inclusive society. The company does that by bringing global and local resources in open innovation, vocational education, and entrepreneurship with and for excluded communities. They address the most vulnerable groups in our society, working through adult training programs and employability support. Let's welcome Jai Mexis from Odysseus to our virtual stage.
Hello, everyone. Hi, my name is Jai Mexis, and my background is in architecture. I belong to this generation of young Greeks that studied abroad, but then decided to return to Greece in the midst of the financial crisis, with the view of positively contributing to the plethora of social challenges our country faces. What was quickly understood that a more meaningful way to help vulnerable people was through dignified employment and by helping people to stand on their own feet. So in 2016, I founded Odyssey, a non-profit organization devoted to the empowerment of vulnerable groups such as unemployed Greeks and refugees through skill development courses and employability services. Fast forward, and we are now serving over 1,000 people every year. I would like to close by thanking the Hellenic Initiative for this Venture Impact Award that will help us grow our services to thousands of people all around Greece.
Congratulations, Mr. Mexis. Let's move on to the next winner, though. Their word is actually similar to the Greek word epanikinesis. So, restart. It's one of the most common words that we normally use. And this winner has the name of epanikinesis, which means all the way right from the beginning. So what do? They take the old IT equipment, they recycle it in a more sustainable way, and they just give it back to the community. Let's now welcome Mr. George Makridis, who is with us on this very special day. Mr. Makridis, congratulations.
Hello, thank you very much. Epanikinesis started 6 years ago as an idea between technicians like myself, where we thought it's a great waste of resources and money not to reuse the old computers that companies and individuals don't need anymore. So we started this as a garage project on our free time, and it has now developed into a small social enterprise that reuses and recycles a few hundred computers per year. We train a number of individuals in order to do the repairs, and we donate or sell in a discount price old computers that we can repair and reuse. So we help the environment, we help employment, and we improve the technology available for students and schools.
I think this is a very important part, so that you're actually giving back to the community, and we thank you very much, because right now we have a shortage of conductors as well, which means that electronics are really hard to find. So that's where you're coming in.
Yes, much more sustainable way to do business and to protect the environment by reusing.
And what a great example of the cyclical economy at work. Thank you and congratulations, Epanikinisi.
Thank you very much.
Now, with the climate crisis upon us, the need to change the way we do things cannot be overstated. And I think it's one of the key themes of this year's award recipients. Now, our next winner is calling on us to do just that. Aegean Sails is a social cooperative enterprise whose mission is to establish ecological maritime transport without fossil fuels. The project combines the sailing transport of Aegean products with agroecological, gastronomic, and cultural tourism in the region, as well as in the wider Med. Congratulations, Aegean Sails, and Lukas Koutsogiannis. The floor is yours.
Thank you very, very much for selecting our team for this award. We are in the line of Ulysses, as a matter of fact, because by coincidence, by pure coincidence, I talked to you from Ithaca, Fiscardo, where the winds pushed us to stop today, such that I can talk to you from a connection. So we do try to look backwards into the sailing with wind, and into the future, where we are going to be transporting maritime in the sea products without fossil fuels, with the power of the wind. We are doing it. It's the 5th year now. We are now on our way back from Italy, where we delivered 2 tons of Greek products, and we return now to prepare the next deliveries and the connection between islands by sailing and wind. And this way, we hope Greek producers of traditional products, of bio and healthy products, to find the markets where these products can be used by people who are interested in a sustainable world. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And what a great combination of a sustainable business, but also promoting Greek products and heritage abroad. Thank you so much, Mr. Koutsogiannis.
So with Aegean Sails and Mr. Koutsogiannis, we're actually completing the first circle of the $10,000 winners. Now we'll move on to the $15,000 winners, and we'll start off with Women on Top. First on the round then is the non-profit organization. Women on Top can actually be, in many cases, proved to be equal or even better in many cases than male entrepreneurs. Women on Top, though, is all about professional empowerment of women and for equality in the workspace, which is something that we have seen in the last 12 months or so, becoming a trend, and we really need to see what the role of women is in the society nowadays, especially with all these bad news coming up for women. So Stella Kasdagli, the co-founder of Women on Top, is with us. She's a fellow journalist as well, so we can actually share some thoughts. She's with us, and she would just like to tell us more about Women on Top. Mr. Kasdagli, congratulations.
Thank you so much, Yanis. I hope it's not a trend. I hope it's a sustainable change. This tendency you've mentioned. I am Stella Kasdagli. I'm the co-founder of Women on Top, which, as you said, is an organization working for the professional empowerment of women and for equality and inclusion in the workspace. We work with individual women. We work with companies and organizations wanting to invest in equality and inclusion in the workplace. And we also work on research and awareness in society about the issue of gender equality. We are really proud and honored to be getting into this family of great organizations and projects supported by the Hellenic Initiative and the Venture Impact Award. This award for us will be going towards creating the first working and learning hub for working parents and women in Athens with on-site childcare, so that women entrepreneurs, freelancers, and remote workers can invest in their careers and develop their professional abilities while caring for their children and balancing these two and more sides of their life together. So thank you very much for having us here today and for supporting our work.
Thank you for all the great work that you've been putting into this, Mrs. Kasagli. So, Mariana, we move on to the next winner.
Before we move on to the next winner, just let me say that as a friend, a long-time collaborator of Women on Top on a range of projects, I can't help but express my pride for their well-earned award. Congratulations once again, Stella and Penelope from Women on Top. Now, moving on to our next winner, Humane. It is a company that is doing great work at empowering people with disabilities with extensive experience in patient advocacy, as well as social entrepreneurship. Dimitris Kondopidis, congratulations on the excellent work, but also on this award. The floor is yours.
Hello to all. Thank you very much, Mariana, Yannis, and congratulations for this opportunity that you give us to all of us. I'm Dimitris Kondopidis from Humane, and we are very grateful and honored for this Christmas award as we are going to the Christmas days. And I'm very happy to see a lot of friends of this community that we are trying every day to increase our impact, each of us in a different way, to make a more humane world. So personally, living with a chronic disease, cystic fibrosis in all my life, that is an invisible disability, I'm totally sure and I strongly believe that people with disabilities, visible or invisible disabilities, have abilities. So with a team of Humane, our mission is to empower these persons, to make them visible in the society, creating equal opportunities for them, and to design an inclusive, more fair and humane society. Following these principles of Humane, our new project is Patient Hub, a co-working space for innovation and empowerment of patient voices. Empowerment with leadership skills, health and digital literacy, that now with COVID that we see is a basic need in order to take decisions for the most important thing, our health. So our mission, Patient Hub mission, is to support patients and their families to improve the quality day of their lives in a measurable way, with some KPIs that is called Qualis Dalis, and how we improve everyday life with all of this infrastructure. So we would like to give them, with your support also, their life back that they deserve, a life without limitations, a life unlimited. Thank you very much.
Thank you for this very, very powerful message, but also for the incredible work being done, Dimitris Kondopidis. Congratulations.
Congratulations from my side as well. You've all probably heard that Greek cuisine is one of the most tasty ones. But what about having the opportunity to grow these fresh vegetables and fruit just in your living room? How would that sound? Well, right now you actually have the opportunity to do so by using a little green plant, which is going to be placed anywhere from your living room up to your, let's say, bedroom. How you do that? Well, Christos Avtogiannis is with us from Citigroup, and they have done so much to bring this into fruition, just to give us the opportunity to share these fresh vegetables and fruit at the hand's distance.
Thank you very much, Yannis, Mariana. Thank you also for your warm intro. we're really thrilled that being part of THI family. Also, our journey started back in 2015 with a clear vision to develop a smart device that will allow everyone to grow their own fresh, healthy, safe, and nutritious plants at home. Also, the award will help us to bring our new, smaller device into the market by the end of first quarter of 2022. Thanks again for this opportunity.
Thank you. It's been a great pleasure. Mariana.
Now, our next winner, THI, if I'm pronouncing it correctly, is a company that works to preserve the ancient Hellenic olive species and extra virgin olive oil traditions through the support of small farmers using sustainable methods. They also want to create an official olive oil cultural hub in Greece that will promote information and best practices around the production and properties of extra virgin olive oil. Congratulations on your win, Christina Sribakou. The floor is yours. You might want to turn your microphone on. Yeah. I think you're on mute.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for supporting in practice our vision for Messinia for the Greek olive oil worldwide. We had an excellent collaboration with the Hellenic Initiative through the Venture Garden project in Kalamata a few years ago. And now we are proud that thanks to all of you, we will create the first olive oil cultural hub and bottling facility in the heart of Messinia. An ambitious project that aims to create economic sustainability for small farmers, responsible upgrade to the Greek olive oil market, business and people. I feel thankful to be given this opportunity and support, especially in these difficult and critical times. Thank you for sharing and supporting our dream, and we will ensure that we will make the best of it.
Thank you, and what a great initiative. We're looking forward to seeing it be realized in Messinia. Thank you.
Now, language is not just a code of communication. Rather, it is a set of symbols based on culture, values, experiences, and even more. Whoever says language shares his own experiences and can become actually part of a greater and bigger group. In this case, that of the people of Greece. But not necessarily based in Greece. It could actually be anywhere else. So by teaching the language, we share the common traits, we share the common values, and we can all become part of a unit. So the Greek online school is a tool to actually achieve that, to help us achieve that. Ada Livada is with us, and she will actually share her experiences out of the Greek online school. Hello, and thank you very much for being with us.
Good evening, Mariana and Yannis, and thank you so much on behalf of the Greek Online School. We must thank the Hellenic Initiative and all the sponsors for this amazing honor that made us extremely happy tonight. The Greek Language League, the main idea behind the Greek Language League is to show little Greeks that learning Greek can be fun too, and to encourage them to work and play with other children in the most fun and educational online championship of Greek. Thank you, Venture Impact Awards, for helping us make our dreams come true.
Thank you, Ada Livada. We wish you all the best, and may the Greek language reach everywhere, be it in Antarctica or wherever you can actually imagine. Thank you.
Now, our next winner is Inaxel, a company that provides a unique integrated software platform, allowing the easy deployment, scaling, and utilization of hardware accelerators. Inaxel also develops accelerators in the form of IP cores for applications like machine learning, financial applications, neurocomputing, video analytics, genomics, and databases. Now let's welcome the innovative Chris Kachris of Inaxel to our virtual stage. Congratulations, Chris.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mariana. We would like to express our gratitude on the Hellenic Initiative, the Hellenic Foundation, and all of the sponsors of the Hellenic Initiative. We're working on the deep tech technology. We are helping companies run much faster their application, whether this is genomics, finding much faster the COVID variant, for example, on computer vision, on machine learning, on road safety, etc. So we are really, we would like to appreciate our gratitude. And with this, with your support, we will continue innovating in the domain of deep technology for the society. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Speed is the name of the game, I suppose, which is why it's so important to have initiatives like this coming out of Greece. Thank you, Chris.
Now, how many of you do actually own or would like to own an electric vehicle? If you do so, then you need to think about how you will manage the power that is going to go into the electric vehicle. Well, let's hold on for a second, because the EV loader is here, and they have managed to do exactly that, to help us manage the power that goes into our electric vehicles. So Christos Stefanatos is with us today. Congratulations on this big venture.
Thank you so much, Yannis. Thank you for the introduction. And thank you to the Hellenic Initiative and the sponsors for enabling us to continue on our mission to empower businesses all over Greece to be able to welcome drivers of electric vehicles, and of course enable travelers from all over the globe that are traveling or with their own car, with an own electric vehicle to Greece, to charge their car in multiple locations. Your kind support will enable us to continue providing our software solutions to those businesses, and of course ensuring that they use predominantly green energy to provide those charging services to their clients. Thanks again.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Now, moving on to our next award recipient, Ingredio, whose mission is to empower the growing portion of people that want to live a healthy lifestyle and be more conscious about their nutrition, but also the cosmetics that they use. Ingredio aim to educate consumers towards more informed decisions about the products they bring into their homes for a society free of toxic chemicals. What a great vision. Congratulations, Ingredio. Zoe Kournia, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much. I'm Zoe Kournia, the founder of Ingredio, and thank you so much to the Hellenic Initiative and the Venture Impact Award organizers for recognizing Ingredio, which through its unique mobile app informs citizens around the world about health concerns for chemicals in food and cosmetics, and work with the leading industry of food and cosmetics to make greener and more sustainable products to secure our future. The Venture Impact Award will help us to further serve our mission to protect human health and the environment and raise awareness towards a world free of dangerous chemicals. Thank you, and congratulations to all the winners striving for a better world.
Thank you, and wishing you all the best, Zoe.
Thank you.
How nice to listen to all these fantastic ideas that are actually being realized. Now, imagine some kind of technology that could actually help you fix or somehow improve any spinal problems that you may have. Now, there are people that have actually tried to do that, and they have done that by using an application called 8plex. Dimitris Moustakas and Harry Emergis are here with us today. We want to thank you very much because you actually have some very interesting stories to share with us.
Thank you very much. Hello, everyone. I'm Harry.
And I'm Dimitri.
So we would like to thank the Hellenic Initiative for the opportunity to boost 8plex's social impact. And our mission is to reduce the number of spine surgeries caused by scoliosis by transforming every scoliosis back brace into a smart one. So thank you again, and congratulations for the great initiative.
Harry, Dimitris, thank you, and we wish you all the best, because whatever comes with health is one of the major things that we really need to bear in mind. At this point, and before we move on to the next category of winners, I would like to welcome Ms. Melina Tapranzi. She is an entrepreneur. She is the founder of Wise Greece, but she is also a woman who has been awarded, who has received an award from the United Nations for her special offer and the entrepreneur action, if you like, with regards to the Wise Greece. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you to Melina Tapranzi, the entrepreneur and founder of Wise Greece. but please stay with us because we also have 4 more winners. These are the top 4 winners that will be receiving some really important sums of money. So, Melina Tapranji, thank you for being with us today.
Thank you for inviting me, Yannis. Good evening, Mariana. It's a pleasure for me to be here.
Mariana, would you like to start with the questions?
Sure, absolutely. So I think a first question that I'd like to pose to you, Melina, is how you went about setting up Wise Greece. When was it founded? How did you come up with this idea of combining Greek products with doing good, with helping people in need? How did this project come about?
So most of the times it all starts with something that bothers you. So it was back in 2013, during the worst financial and social crisis that Greece was facing, when I visited a social grocery here in Greece, and I wanted to give away some clothes that I didn't need. And I was shocked there because, as we all know, people go to the social grocery to get mostly food supplies. And I saw that they only had razors for the people there. So as you can understand, I was shocked. I was furious. I said, what is going on here? Why do you have razors? And they said, that's the only donation that we have, lady. So this is the only thing that they will get. So I started thinking that there must be another way. There must be a way of doing good and doing well at the same time. So back then, the Greek producers were making an amazing effort to promote the Greek gastronomy. So I thought, okay, let's combine those two facts. Let's help the small family-owned businesses, the farmers and the food producers, and let's make sure that nobody will go to bed hungry. So this is how Wise Greece was born.
Melina, what you're actually saying sounds like a very good example of cyclical economy. And what I mean by this is that not only you're getting the best out of the producers because they find a channel to actually put this across to the market, but the community itself benefits. And so it's a win-win situation. This is a very good example of how to do business because it's a non-profit organization, but essentially there is a profit both for the producers and for the recipients.
It's a non-profit organization that works as a social enterprise, and we don't rely on donations. We wanted to create a sustainable business model that will help the Greek economy. And when we talk about the Greek economy, we mostly talk about food production and tourism, pretty much nothing else. So if you can help the food producers of our country and you can give them jobs, you can help them sell their products, and you can provide high quality food supplies to the 30% of the Greek population who is living under the poverty line even today due to COVID, then it's a win-win situation. Then you're doing something good, I guess.
You most certainly are. Now, I'm thinking that Greek cuisine and delicacies are well known around the world, and yet their incredible range is still an area somewhat unexplored, with small producers still struggling to claim a piece of this pie of global demand. How do you help them promote their products? And are there important synergies in doing it for more than a few producers?
I couldn't agree more with you, Mariana. Actually, right now we work with 100 food producers with more than 2,500 products, and we export in 8 countries. So as you said, it is easier for us to promote a group of products so that especially the international consumers will not try the well-known products such as extra virgin olive oil, but will also try different products and innovative products such as, I don't know, spoon sweet made out of mushrooms, which is one of the products that we have, or olive oil with gold flakes, or whatever you can imagine. So yes, I guess this is our power. We united the small producers, and it's different when you make a common effort.
If I may ask you about this, Melina, because when you're actually exporting some products, in the abroad to the international market, it's not only important to have these products under the social grocery umbrella. What you're trying to do essentially is competing to other producers who do make this only to make a profit. So by improving the quality of products that are being produced here under the Wise Greece umbrella, I think the producers themselves, they can take a step further and maybe improve their products even better.
Exactly, Yanis, and we have a lot of different stories with our producers. Some of them, they started with us. They had no idea what to do. They came to us and they said, you know what, I enjoy making jams or sauces and I want you to help me promote the products or help me produce them in a more sustainable way. And others, well, were already more professional, let's say, if I can use this expression. So the idea is that we are a group of people who love Greek gastronomy, who love eating good food, obviously, and who love to help others by, doing their everyday job. So this is why our slogan is that with every product that you buy as a consumer, you eat and people in need eat too. So you're enjoying a great, nutritious Greek product, and at the same time, you're helping someone in need without doing, anything else.
If I may add, because I tried and I've tasted your products, for all of you that are watching right now, please do try them. And not because you can help someone else, but because they're really, really tasty.
Thank you, Yanis.
Now, one last question. I couldn't agree more, Yanis, but one last question for Melina before we let you go. Any words of advice to this year's winners from your experience with the Venture Impact Awards so far? How will they make the most of this support that they're receiving tonight?
Well, that's a great question. And I guess I don't have that many tips and tricks. All I can say is that I think that Greek entrepreneurs are very, very talented people just because they had to adapt in so many crises. Most of them, they had to deal with the economic crisis, the refugee crisis, and now the COVID crisis. So we are crisis experts in a way. So if they can if they can adapt in whatever they will find in front of them, and trust me, every year it will be different than the previous year or the next year. So if they can adapt and they can plan, then they will be successful and they will use the amount that they got today in the best possible way.
Right, Melina Tapranji from Wise Greece, thank you very much. You have actually given us an insight of how social interaction should be, and obviously what we can do if we not only work together, but if we enjoy things that we produce together. So thank you very much for being with us, and we wish you all the best. We will keep on tasting your fantastic products.
Thank you all very much.
I think this discussion, Yanni, was the perfect intro to our next and final award category. The 4 award winners that will be presented next and will each be receiving $25,000 to keep building their exciting ventures in 2022 and beyond. We can start with Dog's Voice, a non-profit organization for the protection of companion animals in Greece. Founded in 2015, Dog's Voice has developed, among other initiatives, a full platform for the adoption of stray dogs, a stray animals management software for municipalities, but also a crisis response mechanism for the management of companion animals in natural disasters, already successfully implemented at the floods of Mandra, the wildfires of Mati and Kineta, and most recently at the wildfires of Attica and Evia this summer. Dog's Voice's vision is a stray-free Greece, where all animals will be treated with respect and compassion. Elena Vede, congratulations on the important work you have been doing. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Mariana. We are honored to be among this outstanding group of 2021 Venture Impact Award winners.
During the sad events of August wildfires in Attica and Evia, we completed the biggest crisis relief project for companion animals Greece has ever seen. Thanks to the Hellenic Initiative, Helidoni Foundation, and Charles Condes Trust, we will succeed to create the civil protection for animals by summer 2022, a project that speaks to our mission and our hearts. With your support, Greece will be among the very few European countries having in place an organized crisis relief response for all animals during natural disasters. On behalf of the Greek animal welfare community, thank you a million times for helping us making Greece a better place for all animals.
Thank you, Elena, for this important initiative.
Now, the idea of entrepreneurship is often treated as something distant, especially inside the sterile university environment. Greek universities, though, they maintain high standards in education. However, they normally tend to lack touch with the industry. Hence, they cannot prepare their graduates for the market. So Mindspace vision is to see an increased entrepreneurial mindset among people in Greece. Mr. Dimitris Messinis joins us now to give us a different perspective of the entrepreneurship, that of Mindspace. Mr. Messinis, thank you for being with us and congratulations.
Thank you very much, Yanni, for this kind introduction. On behalf of the whole Mindspace team, we are very grateful for this award. You know, students in Greece spend an average of 6 years in a university, which is long enough to really shape their mentality. Currently, as you said, this mentality is largely against business. The Mindspace team has even been physically attacked for bringing entrepreneurs to speak in Polytechnio. We are trying to change that, and with your kind support, we can reach more Greeks with our programs. So big thank you to Helidoni Foundation, Charles C. Condes Estate, and the Hellenic Initiative.
I'm sorry, but I have to comment on that. What you said gives me goosebumps. You said that entrepreneurs that actually come to lecture and give their own insight in Polytechnio, they have been physically attacked. I'm sorry, but you know, this is totally mind-blowing. I just have to comment on that.
Yes, it's one of these stories that we see. It's kind of become our normal in the Greek university, unfortunately, and it will take a lot of effort, not only from us, but from all stakeholders to change this mentality.
Well, I think that makes actually your effort even more worthwhile. And obviously, it's much more important to make it realized, to see it being realized. We want to thank you very much for being with us today. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. And obviously, the importance of science, especially through this pandemic, cannot be overstated. And it's something that hopefully we'll get to support more in Greece over the next few years. Now, our next winner is Psycho, with a very important mission in this day and age. Psycho aims to combat scientific illiteracy and to upskill youth in the fields of science and technology. Psycho's vision is to become an international enterprise which will empower citizens and communities, mainly via science and technology. Theo Anaghnostopoulos will explain to us just how they do it. Congratulations, Theo, on the win. The floor is yours.
Thank you so much. It's so great to be here with all these good friends. In the era of the pandemic and COVID and the anti-vaccination movement, but also climate change, we're absolutely thrilled that the Hellenic Initiative has acknowledged this and is funding us for pursuing our aim, which is the public understanding of science. More specifically, with this particular grant, we will work in a project that we've already started with National Geographic, which involves the community of the Pomaks, who are culturally and geographically isolated, and we aim to culturally bridge them via science education on environmental science. So I would like to close by saying that since at least 50% of the group here are pretty close friends, and I'm sure that the rest will be, and they're all very inspiring people. If the Hellenic Initiative could actually get us together from a physical point of view as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Theo. And my sense is that these awards are building a community of like-minded people and innovative and creative people that have the potential to really change how things are done in our country. Thank you.
Now, learn your history, find out who you are, know your roots. Does it ring the bell? Well, cultural heritage is what makes us all different and brings us together at the same time. But not everyone has the opportunity to learn, let alone interact with the ancient past, be it Greek or foreigner. Mocktail gives the opportunity to people to explore culture and learn from it, whenever and wherever they are. Mr. Michael Kokinos is with us today. And Mr. Kokinos, you even reincarnate historical figures through your mobile app.
Hello, good evening. Thank you very much. Yes, exactly. First of all, let me congratulate all the participants and winners. Many thank you, special thank you to the Hellenic Initiative and to the sponsors, Hellenic Foundation and Conde Trust. A few words about what we're doing. Mocktail develops mobile apps that revive in 3D using augmented and virtual reality technology the architecture and life in antiquity, with colors, statues, with ancient Greeks, and so on. And all of these are supervised by renowned archaeologists. We are distributing until now our apps towards the tourism. All the tourists that visit Greece can download our apps, but we are collaborating with tourist tour operators as well. And we have already reconstructed 8 ancient cities in Greece and 1 in Spain. Also, we revive museum exhibitions, like recently we did with the Benaki Museum, 1821 exhibition of Benaki Museum. Our main vision is to make the young generation love the cultural heritage. And we are focused on this target. And we hope that our new project, part of which is going to be funded by your prize, and thank you very much once more. The next stage is that we are going to introduce artificial intelligence. So next time that you're going to listen, thank you, is not going to be by me, but it's going to be by Aristotle, Plato, and Socrates holograms. So thank you very much. And I hope everybody has a nice and wonderful event.
Well, Mr. Kokinos, you really triggered our curiosity, I have to say that. And we really wonder what Omirus would look like, maybe at some point in the future. Congratulations once again. And with Mr. Kokinos and Mocktail, we conclude this year's winners for the Venture Impact Award ceremony. But before we do that, I would like to give the floor to Mr. Peter Poulos, the THI Executive Director, who has been one of the key supporters for this and other events. It would have been impossible, actually, to award these grants to those young entrepreneurs, to all of you, without the hard work, both of Peter Poulos and every single one of the THI members that have put into it. So please welcome Mr. Peter Poulos.
Thank you, Yanni, and thank you, Mariana. I'd like to say that if I think that next year we should have a category of winners for best company name as well. And personally, Psycho would get my vote for the winner this year. We did have that category. So I think I know that that this left me feeling hopeful for the future of Greece, and I'm sure that everyone watching felt the same way. What an incredible group of teams and ideas and brain power. So on behalf of THI's board, our staff, and the thousands of THI donors around the globe, we'd like to thank our 2 founding sponsors of the awards. Once again, Dimitri and Sarah Georgakopoulos of the Hellenic Foundation, and Harriet Konda Zervaikis, Pete Zervaikis, and Tassos of the Charles C. Condas Trust. Thank you both. We'd also like to, as Michael mentioned earlier, we'd like to thank our newest sponsor this year, George Antonopoulos from Connecticut. Thank you, George, for your generosity. Without your generous support, none of this would be possible. We'd like to thank our illustrious group of international judges who spent many hours reviewing the submitted proposals. And I'd like to read all of their names because many of these people have been with THI from day one. George Antonopoulos, THI board member Jeremy Downward, who's here with us, Kurt Heyer, Andreas Kramvis, Spiros Ladeas, Cleo Lemberis, Kostapanos Milaresis, Omiro Sarikas, Philip Voutsas joining us from South Africa, and then of course Harriet Conta Zervaikis and Pete Zervaikis and Dimitri Georgakopoulos who reviewed all the proposals. So thank you. Of course, these types of events take many months of meetings and calls and considerations to happen. We'd be remiss if we didn't give special attention to Dimitri and Georgakopoulos again and Harriet for all of their thoughtful input. And of course, to THI's Michael Printzos deserves much of the credit for creating and implementing this event. I'd also like to thank our team, Maria Papastathi, Artemis Kohas, and Xeni Kuvelli, who are always an integral part of anything THI produces. To Mariana and Yanis, our very engaging hosts, thank you once again for giving of your time and talents to make sure this event was hosted in the most professional way possible. Thank you both.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you both. Thank you, Melina Tapranzia, for being an inspiration to countless other Greek entrepreneurs. And please save me a jar of Manatari Glikotou Koutaliou, because I've never heard of that in my life. Need to try that. And then finally, congratulations to all the teams, not just the winners, but the over 170 companies, 176 to be exact, who submitted proposals. I have to say, Michael and I both read through all of them, and it was an honor. And it was our only regret was that we weren't able to support all of them. We'll be staying in close touch with all the winners this year and sharing your successes on THI's website, on our monthly newsletter and our social media platform. So if you're not already signed up to receive our e-news, I'd encourage you to do so. You can do that at www.thehellenicinitiative.org. And now, thanks again, Kalas Yortes and Kala Christouyena, and send it back to Mariana and Yanis. Thank you.
Thank you, Peter.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Peter. We are certainly feeling very, very inspired by all that we have heard tonight. A very big thank you to our audience for being with us. Thanks for joining us to celebrate these exceptional teams and this exceptional initiative.
Ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, dear honorable guests, we would like to thank you very much for making this happen. Impossible without your help. It would have been impossible without the help of the sponsors that made this being realized. And obviously, we want to thank all the THI members, Mike Printers as well, and for all this invitation that has been really an honor to us as well. We'd like to thank you very much, and we wish you all the best. We want to see your ideas being realized. We want them to see being more fruitful and even more to come next year. I just hope that our host here will have the opportunity to give away even more sponsoring and more grants next year. So we wish you all happy holidays and Merry Christmas. Goodbye to you all.
Thank you, everybody. Congratulations.